Hola amigos, ¿cómo están? Bienvenidos a The Council. Hoy tenemos el decimoprimer episodio de esta serie y será un capítulo muy importante porque iremos finalmente a la famosa conferencia, la razón por la cual Lord Mortimer tiene a todos estos invitados en su mansión, así que hoy nos vamos a reunir con todos ellos y conocer los planes de Lord Mortimer. Les recuerdo que todos los videos son extraídos de mis directos en Twitch, así que les dejo el link en la descripción por si quieren pasar por ahí donde hago streams todos los días. No los entretengo más, amigos. The Council. A ver, superado. He escuchado escondida la conversación de P.S. y Warner, convencido para que me revele la información. He conseguido abrir la entrada a la cripta sin equivocarme con la estatua. Mortimer. No, por la ropa no es Mortimer. Por la ropa es, ya te digo, es o Perú o Washington. Por la ropa. Por el tipo de ropa que tiene. Si me tengo que jugar, te digo Washington. Caminos alternativos. ¿Podría haber encontrado a alguien importante en la cripta? O sea, que había alguna forma de encontrarnos a nuestra mamá, capaz. Terrible. Pero ¿cómo hacíamos? Podría haber convencido a Jack Perú de que confiara en mí. Está bien. Con lo de la... ¿Cuál es la cripta donde nos metimos recién? Capaz que... Lo que se me ocurre es... ¿Se acuerdan que nosotros nos quedamos encerrados? Que no abrimos el número bien de la... De cuando quisimos salir de la habitación secreta de Morma. Capaz que si no perdés ese tiempo, llegás a la cripta a tiempo. No sé, estoy volando, ¿eh? Vieron que estos juegos tienen un montón de posibilidades. Porque lo de la puerta del laberinto lo hicimos a la primera. Capaz que es algo incluso de antes. Eso tienen estos juegos, que nunca sabes el punto donde va cambiando la historia. Entonces, a lógica y engaño le vamos a poner un punto para ya subirlos. A ver, tengo 3 libros. ¿Hay alguno que se repita? Sí. El de lingüística se repite. Y es el único. O sea que en lingüística podríamos subir. Si pongo 2, tampoco llego. Acá ocultismo tengo 2 y tengo 1 de ocultismo. Podríamos subir de nivel ocultismo también. Ojo. Vamos a hacer eso. Sobre todo teniendo en cuenta lo peludo que se está poniendo esto. Señoras y señores, arranca el episodio número 3.
The only thing I can tell you is that Sarah had indeed changed. In your opinion, why would your mother remain in hiding over several weeks?
Eso es lo que hablamos con Mortimer. La visión. Le dijimos que mató a la hermana. Te banco, Jack, te banco. Confío en vos. Las hermanitas.
Emily Hillsborough, the woman with 2 faces.
Everyone seems to be a little unnecessarily heated. Don't forget where you are, please.
Sí, pica. Entonces, 1 ocultismo seguro. Así lo subimos de nivel. Agilidad, ¿hay algún libro? No. Ciencia, protocolo, inquisición. A ver si en alguno tengo algún puntito. Manipulación, tengo 1, o sea, manipulación puede ser. Erudición, ciencia. Bueno, vamos a poner manipulación y erudición. Manipulación y erudición. ¿A dónde está? Acá está. Así vamos con varias cositas leveleadas. A la carga barraca, señores y señores. Recuperamos unos puntos de esfuerzo. Ripples. Sí, pica.
Louis? Louis, the conference is about to start any minute. This is not the time to be...
Easy.
Damn it. What's going on?
Ahora, ¿qué hace este muchacho acá abajo?
I don't know exactly, Mr. President. I was looking for my mother and I came upon this body.
My God. You don't think Sarah did it, do you?
¡Ja! Vamos a hacerlo boludo.
Mr. President, you really shouldn't get involved. Please be on your way. I'll take care of this. You didn't come this way and you didn't see anything.
You're right. It's for the best. If Sarah did that,
Nice.
I don't know what kind of hornet's nest she's kicked open. But I do wish you luck, my friend. Darling, the conference is starting. Time is of the essence. Sort this out and join us as quickly as you can in the conference room.
Okay.
Everyone will be expecting you.
Mr. President, this is not really the right time and I didn't come for that.
Your mother's seat cannot remain vacant. You must replace her while she's still missing. Your mother and I were to support Mortimer on this project. I don't know what the subject is, but the future of our countries depends on it. Given the importance of all this to Mortimer, he won't let the conference begin without you.
Ok.
So if you don't want more servants coming looking for you, I'd advise you to join us quickly and to put a brave face on it.
Ok.
The best favor you can do for yourself, Louis, and for Sarah, is to come and support Mortimer's project at the conference.
Creo que podríamos no comprometernos. Va, aunque le podríamos decir que sí, después hacer lo contrario, pero no sé si se va a poner muy contento Washington. Pero no sé hasta qué punto, no sé cuál es. O sea,
Look, I don't mind following you, but I should warn you. I have no idea what this is all about. So I can't make any promises as to what I might do. I shall make my decision after the debate, when the time comes.
Ah, very well. As you wish. You will see once you hear everything. But given the situation, I think you will have everything to gain by joining Mortimer's side. I'm going. Don't be long.
Tell them that I'm on my way.
o sea, hablan de ponerse del lado de Mortimer. O sea, ya asumen que hay alguien que no va a estar de acuerdo con Mortimer. ¿Se entiende lo que digo? Porque, ¿por qué ya asume que Mortimer va a tener gente en contra? What the fuck. Organon. ¿Qué es algún libro? Uno de lógica, mira, justo.
Someone's made a fire here, and the ashes are still warm. If you're the one who did it, Mother, it couldn't have been easy with only one hand.
Claro. Sí, vamos a gastar puntos.
Just missed her. If only I hadn't wasted so much time getting out of Lord Mortimer's study.
Lo que se me ocurrió a mí. ¿Viste?
Leftover food.
Sobras de
Not
comida.
exactly fresh. Must have been here for a while.
Pero es raro que me aparezcan los 3 puntos.
Ugh, not exactly fresh. Must have been here for a while.
Pero what the fuck. Re-
Ugh, not exactly fresh. Must have been here for a while.
Voy a poner esto.
An old blanket.
Manta vieja.
From the looks of it, it couldn't have kept her very warm.
¿No será Mortimer versus la mamá? Puede ser.
Well, the gate is locked.
¿Ves? Si me aparecen los 3 puntos también. Epa.
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
Reboost.
Oh, he's dead. What the hell's been going on here?
Mirar bajo la máscara.
Let's see what secret's hidden under these masks.
¿Qué vas a encontrar a alguien conocido?
His face doesn't ring a bell.
Ah, está bien, ¿no?
I'm a bit disappointed.
Tiene sentido.
I'd have expected more from Lord Mortimer.
Vamos a gastar punto acá, ¿eh? Examinar el cuerpo 3. Me voy a tomar una agüita del Carmen. Mandame un saludito a Carmen, ¿eh?
He smashed it in the back of his head with something. He slowly bled to death. But that isn't what killed him. They broke his neck.
What? ¿Qué se afanó? Llave con el símbolo del aire.
Mother, if this is your doing, the situation is getting worse and worse.
Se está poniendo peludo. ¿Se podrá abrir la puerta con esto o no, no?
Well, the gate is locked.
No, esas son para abrir los cofres, esas boludeces. Pero... Tenemos que ir a la sala de conferencia, bueno, van a sacar patada. Pero es que como que no me toma la misión todavía. Asiste a la conferencia, ahí está. Acá hay un elixir dorado que no me sirve para nada. La sala de conferencias sería ahí a la izquierda. O sea, si yo entro por acá, voy a salir de acá y esto es la de... Sí, sí, está bien. Me ubiqué rápido. Increíblemente. Sería bueno evitarle invocar el laberinto. Buena, Maguito. Puede ser que sea tipo Mortimer versus la mamá, pero lo que... O sea, ¿por qué Washington diría apoyar si supuestamente Washington se lleva bien con nuestra mamá? ¿Por qué Washington nos está diciendo apoyar a Mortimer? A mí lo que me da raro es eso, es por qué asume que Mortimer va a tener gente en contra. O ya la tiene, porque Washington sabe que es. Pues supuestamente nadie sabe de qué se trata la conferencia. Ahora, ¿por qué el otro ya está asumiendo de que Mortimer va a tener gente en contra? Eso es lo que me sorprende. ¿Y no era acá la cosa de conferencia? ¿O toca toda la vuelta? No, acá está bien. Señores y señores. La famosa conferencia. ¡Buah! Armate una salita, Ricardo. Los sillones son como lo de los bares, esos que están de moda. Que son maduros que... Pongan sillas cómodas en los bares, muchachos. Déjense de romper las pelotas. Si quieren hacer lo moderno, las sillas son más incómodas. A la media hora te querés ir a la bota. Pongan sillas cómodas y la gente se va a quedar escabeando. Ok, asiste a la conferencia. Siamo arrivato. Reúnete con los Mortimer. Vamos a pegar una chusmedita primero, tranquilo. Epa, ámbar.
Fragment of amber.
Me sirve. Vamos a hablar acá. Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo están?
My son, glad you're here. It seems Lord Mortimer's been waiting for you to arrive before beginning. What a pity your mother isn't here for the conference. I hope I'll be able to see her before I leave. I still have a very important letter to give to her.
Feeling all right, Louis? You look like you're miles
10
away.
puntos.
Everything's fine. Don't worry.
Lord Mortimer wants to talk to you, Louis. Don't make him wait.
Uy. Madera, metí todo el mundo cagando acá. Perú está en azul. Está depresivo Perú, Una monediki. Vamos a hablar con Jack Pepe. Pero está depresivo este muchacho.
I don't know if you ever found what you were looking for in the garden, but Mortimer is waiting for you. I suggest you get a move on.
You say it as if you were afraid of him.
¿Qué le tiene tanto miedo? Creo que tenía debilidad psicología este muchacho. Vamos a chequearlo. Jack Peru. Y vulnerabilidad psicología. Nice.
I sense that you have things you'd like to say, but
A ver.
something's holding you back. What is going on between you two?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I believed in him. I followed him to the best of my ability. I championed his ideas, defended his decisions, and then, without even realizing it, I became lost. The siren's song, Monsieur de Richet. You wake up one morning, not knowing where you are, and you think about everything you've done for a man who wasn't even worth it. For a man who has no respect for you, who uses you, and who drops you as soon as he no longer needs you. For me, it's too late now. But you still have a choice. Don't respond to his call, sir.
What? ¿Qué? O sea, estar realmente caliente como una pipa con... Hola.
Good evening, gentlemen. Are we ready? The much-awaited conference is about to begin?
That is what we have all been waiting for.
I believe that Lord Mortimer wishes to speak to you before it begins.
Ok.
You should go and see him. Are you quite sure, sir? Is there
O
not
sea,
a
Mortimer quiere...
mistake somewhere?
capaz para esto lo sabe.
Because she asked him at last.
A chest with a
And he could not
motif
help
representing the
answering, but
alchemical
she said
symbol
he
of
seemed
water.
quite angry at being spoken to.
Sí, tengo las dos llaves.
Your conjecture is totally
Nice.
wrong, I assure you.
Ah, mirá, se ve la animación de la llave. Nunca me había dado cuenta. Jalea real.
Already told her so once. By your desire.
Jalea real. Porque si sobra algo puedo aprovechar a tomarme algo. Agua del Carmen no. O sea, podría usar, consumir una. Fragmento de ámbar me sirve.
Quite angry at being spoken to.
Agua del Carmen no. Entonces me voy a tomar una.
Your conjecture
Agua del Carmen era, ¿no? Dije. Me tomo una. La próxima habilidad me sale gratarola.
is wrong, I assure you.
I have suspected it for some time.
Y la looteamos. La gasté al pedo porque capaz que...
Told her so once. By your desire.
¿Todos te dicen lo mismo? Sí, no sé por qué me están apurando tanto. Ahora vamos a ir a hablar con Mortimer. Voy a aprovechar a... Me da muy rara la charla esta con Jack Pepe. Ahí está Mortimer hablando con Washington. Acá hay una jalea real. Ah, no, Elixir Dorado. Madre mía, qué manera de ver Elixir Dorado. Vamos a chequear una acá. Que acá hay algo que es... Abrojo, que es lo de la inmunidad y debilidades. Ok, vamos a hablar con Mortimer.
Ah, Louis, I've been expecting you. Thank you for joining us.
¿Qué tal?
We're about to begin our
Está hablando con
conference.
Washington.
Let me explain what is at stake.
A ver.
Thank you kindly. But what do you expect of me exactly? My mother's the one who's supposed to attend, not me.
That is indeed what was initially intended. Unfortunately, she still hasn't been found, and my guests can't stay here indefinitely. The conference must begin, and it would be truly beneficial to the Order to join in the project. Consequently, I would like you to replace her during her absence. What is at stake here is of the utmost importance.
It's important that the French Order gets their say. And should you need any advice, don't worry. You are not alone, Louis.
Very well.
Ok. Vamos a preguntar.
In concrete terms, how do you organize your discussions?
A conference is always organized the same way. There are two masters of ceremony who determine an important subject.
Ok.
You and Sir Gregory, I
Claro.
presume.
Exactly. We shall be the masters of ceremony. It was our obligation to each bring to the table several guests in order to debate a subject. Once the debate is closed, a decision will be made by a vote of all the participants.
By a unanimous vote. If the project is not agreed on by all, then it
Ok,
will be
o sea,
rejected.
sí o sí
And
votación
neither of
unánime.
the two masters of ceremony have the right to vote.
It's up to the guests alone to decide, Louis.
Ok.
In other words, us.
Claro.
Gregory and myself are merely the go-betweens. Finally, if the project is validated, each guest goes home and starts working to make it happen.
It can take years.
No me acuerdo qué le pregunté. ¿En qué consiste o cómo funciona?
Can you give me a brief explanation of the aim of it all?
Of course, Louis, I was coming to that. The aim of these meetings is to bring together the most influential people in order to think together about the future.
Ok.
But the future of who?
Of the world, Louis.
Our desire is to steer the destiny of our respective countries
Ok,
for the
sí,
good
sí,
of all,
entiendo el
and to no
objetivo.
longer suffer the random hazards of history.
Entiendo el objetivo, de hecho, deben ser cosas que deben pasar en la realidad. Hace mucho, se reúnen a menudo.
Do you
Vamos a
often hold
aprovechar.
this kind of society dinner?
In general, once a year, but in actual fact it tends to be events that
Okay.
dictate our gatherings.
How long have you been active?
Oh, this tradition has more or less always existed, Louis. It has continued from generation to generation.
Can you give me an example of an event that was decided here before being implemented in the outside world?
Well, take the French Revolution. It was decided right here 2 years before its implementation in France.
Concerning the case of the French Revolution, I wasn't invited. But as far as the American Revolution is concerned, Louis, I can testify that we planned it 5 years before implementing it, for example.
Ok. Ok. Bien. No veo nada raro en cuanto a... Entiendo que esto a nivel político se puede hacer. Me sorprende Mortimer. O sea, ¿quién es Mortimer? O sea, ¿por qué Mortimer está metido en todos lados y Mortimer no es nadie? O sea, no es nadie, digo, Washington fue presidente de Estados Unidos, hay un cardenal del Vaticano, hay... ¿Se entiende a lo que voy? Gente de la familia real de Francia, un revolucionario francés, o sea, gente política. ¿Y Mortimer quién es? ¿Se entiende a lo que voy? ¿Por qué Mortimer organiza todo esto? ¿Quién es Mortimer? ¿Qué hace? Sí, no tiene ningún rol político en ningún lado.
Louis, let me keep you a moment.
Opa. ¿Hará estas cosas para beneficio propio?
I would like to let you in on a secret before we begin. Because I'm going to need your assistance. You see, the project I'm going to present concerns the territory of Louisiana in North America.
Okay.
It's currently Spanish territory, and I'm going to make the proposition to the Assembly for it to become French.
¿Y yo dónde entro?
But how does that concern me?
Well, you see, I prepared this project with your mother. We began thinking about a crazy idea. Unfortunately, Sarah went missing before getting the bigger picture. I don't intend to stop at Louisiana. My idea is to increase the territory of the United States. The first stone of this vast project consists of getting Spain
que España le cede el territorio a Francia.
to France. Once it becomes French, France will hand it over to the United States, which will then allow them to double the size of their territory. And that's where you come in. France and the United States, hand in hand, two democracies illuminating the world.
Ay, qué problemita, ¿no? Inmunidad ciencia. Estimo que... ¿Qué envergadura? ¿Hasta dónde va? Debe tener inmunidad política, imagino. Pero vamos a probar. Imagino que debe tener inmunidad política, pero...
Lord Mortimer, I'm sure you're aware that Louisiana is hardly prime quality land. I wouldn't be exaggerating to call it marshland. How is acquiring land they won't know what to do with going to strengthen the United States?
Think further, Louis. The United States won't stop there. Once they've acquired Louisiana, nothing will stop them. All they would have to do then is keep pushing toward the west.
Es simplemente un
take
paso.
The whole North American continent.
So you intend to get rid of the Spanish?
They are purely transitory.
¿Y Godoy?
This is the settlers' home.
O sea,
it is natural for them
acá está Manuel
to
Godoy.
develop their nation to become one of the greatest powers of this world.
Claro.
As for the Spanish, there are just a handful of them actually on site.
Manuel, claro, va a estar en contra.
That they are sufficiently occupied in
Claro.
Europe, so that their focus is not on the North American continent. Moreover, Spain really only cares about its colonies in South America. It's hardly my fault if they are not capable of seeing the potential in the North American territories. The concept of royalty is from bygone times. It is time to lead the way to democracy. Take a look at them. Apart from President Washington, they
Claro,
all
todos,
belong to
claro.
monarchies. Do you really think they won't resist?
Claro.
Of course they'll fight, fearful as they are of losing their precious privileges. But the world needs visionaries, like you, like your mother.
Igual siento que me está haciendo la 11-14 este muchacho.
She only knew about a tiny part of the project. I hope I can count on you,
Ha!
Louis. It's time to start now. I must ask you to keep it to yourself for the time being. Take a seat, follow the discussions. We'll have an opportunity to catch up later, and you'll be able to let me know your thoughts.
Siento que me está haciendo la 11-14 o sea que me está cuenteando a mí para ponerme de su lado. Entiendo lo que quiere hacer, o sea, claramente Manuel Godoy se le va a poner en contra. O sea, es lógico que se le va a poner en contra, porque quieren sacar a España del territorio de Estados Unidos. No sé, ahora veremos. Capaz que no conviene chuparle un poco en las medias. Yo mucho en Mortimer creo que no confío. No sé, vamos a ver.
My friends, I propose we get started.
Acá te quiero ver, Maguito. Acá te quiero ver, mi rey.
First of all, I would like to thank you for taking the time to come.
The honor is ours, my lord.
As per our custom, here we are all together to discuss the face of tomorrow's world.
Okay.
Even though there may be certain tensions between our nations, I must ask you to keep an open mind. As Sarah de Richet is unable to be among us, please welcome Louis de Richet, who will represent the Golden Order and will vote on its behalf when the time comes.
Welcome among us, Louis.
Welcome, Monsieur. I hope he'll be more effective than his mother regarding the protection of the King of France. The Order has proved particularly inefficient.
Come, Manuel,
Ya
you're
se me
not going
plantó
to
Manuel.
spoil our visit. The Order's mission was not to protect King Louis XVI, as far as I am aware.
We are talking about a king of divine blood, for goodness sake. It seemed obvious to me he needed protecting. If the Golden Order wants to pride itself on being an influential organization, it should have kept him alive.
Poner a Godoy en su lugar, no. A sentir sin decir nada. Vamos a arrancar políticamente correctos. Muchísimas gracias por la bienvenida.
Thank you all. I am honored to be among you today. I will strive to represent the interests of the Order as best I can.
Calladito.
Perhaps we may begin, Lord Mortimer.
Certainly.
A ver.
I have a dream that our nations will continue to support each other, more now than ever before.
Se le bugueó la boca. No habla.
For the sake of common good, we will do what it takes to ensure stability in the modern world. I have a dream that we shall lead by example and ensure that the American territory may remain in peace.
Thank you for the thought, Lord Mortimer. But
La
I
está-
don't see where you're leading.
La está adornando.
I'm coming to it, Mr. President. I need not remind you that North America is currently divided
Se viene.
between the United States on the east coast and Spain, which occupies the remaining 2/3 of the continent. Well, I propose that Spain cede the center
A ver qué dice Manuel.
to France, namely all of Louisiana.
Louisiana? But, well, it is not for sale. Lord Mortimer, I sincerely hope I have not come all this way just to hear you ramble on about what Spain should and should not do. When we went to all the trouble of gaining the territory a few years
Era
ago,
obvio.
it was not just to lose it today. Have I made myself clear?
What did I tell you, William? You speak of union, and yet here you are, about to tear us apart.
Duke Manuel, I perfectly understand.
Holm está en contra de
Rest
Mortimer.
assured, you will soon adore my proposition. You shall see.
Well, since you give me the choice, my good fellow, allow me to doubt it. However, I am impatient to hear what Spain could possibly gain from the sale of Louisiana.
I never spoke of a sale, my good fellow.
What? But I do not understand.
Gratarola.
There is one more territory left to conquer, if I'm not mistaken, in the northwest. It is, of course, occupied by your notorious Indians, but...
We shall soon be rid of the savages, so that is not the question.
Duke, these savages, as you call them, were there
Sí, me
before
pareció un
you.
poquito fuerte.
They are on their homeland.
As much as the black people of Africa, Monsieur de Richet. That does not stop your dear France from massacring them and sending them like cattle to Mr. Washington's cotton plantations to provide him with cheap labor. So you keep your morals to yourself if you please.
Senor, I would not like to be associated with that. The subject of black slaves in the United States of America is a complex subject, which we shall resolve at a future date.
Esto me parece un poco fuerte. A ver.
France is not without fault, but that doesn't take
Claro.
away Spain's responsibilities. You see, Native Americans are being subjected to a veritable ethnic cleansing. Europeans are colonizing their land so that it then belongs to them. The widespread evangelization of its inhabitants will soon eradicate a multitude of cultures. You've done the same thing in South America. How far will white people go? Reservations to pin them in like cattle? Total genocide?
Come now, my friends. Let us not digress.
Qué lejos fuimos.
Anyway, these primitive people have no souls.
¡Eh!
We bring the good word to them in order to save them. You'll see. Colonization brings with it many benefits, too.
Excuse me, if you don't mind, Your Eminence, I shall continue. Duke Manuel, I believe that Spain should cede Louisiana
Sin
to
coste.
France free of charge.
Chocho, Manuel.
This is utterly grotesque, Lord Mortimer.
¿Qué quiere que te diga?
What a strange example you set for your young protégé. Isn't that so, Monsieur de Richet? Do you understand anything of this proposition?
Lo protegería de los ingleses. Lo protegería de los americanos. Por algo vale 4 puntos esto, ¿no? No, pero es persuasión. No, es política. Pero además, es claro, es de los ingleses.
We are neighbors, Duke Manuel.
Claro.
Remember, your main rival in Europe is
Ok. Manuel Godoy, inmunidad
likely
política.
to be England, who is plowing the seas right up your coastline. Hand over Louisiana to France and make her a prime ally.
Come, Louis. Spain and Great Britain are already allies and have nothing to gain by breaking their alliance.
Even if I do agree, Duchess, the omnipresence of the English fleet in Atlantic waters does not particularly please.
Bien, no estuvimos mal.
Must say, William, I find your project mostly disfavors me. I thought you were my friend.
Opa.
And I am, Mr. President. That is why I'm doing everything in my power to calm your expansionist fervor. France, in Louisiana, should persuade you not to attempt anything to take the territory by force. Louisiana is a vast wetland where you would needlessly lose most of your troops. It would weaken you and offer certain nations
El
the
flaco
perfect
mira,
opportunity
o
to
sea, a
take
otro
back
level.
your famous
Mortimer.
United States. I am protecting you
Claro.
from yourself, George. Trust
No le creo nada a
I
Mortimer.
understand. But with friends like
Con
you,
amigo como usted
sir,
quiere decir
I
enemigo.
certainly don't need any more enemies.
Sí, ya nos peleamos bastante
I
con
hope
Godoy.
you know what you're doing.
Igual lo entiendo, Godoy. Opa.
Am I imagining things, or does it look like Washington isn't
¿Ves?
aware of Mortimer's
Para
plan?
mí lo había cuenteado a
Not to
Washington.
put too
Lo mismo que
fine
quiso
a
hacer con
point,
nosotros.
Lord Mortimer, but I doubt the Holy See would be in favor of Catholic Louisiana being handed over to secular revolutionaries and king killers.
I should think Monsieur de Richet has an opinion on this subject, does he not?
Francia no necesita la opinión del Papa. Francia protegerá a los cristianos. Pensar en los mapamundi de Mortimer. O sea, entiendo que acá nos ponemos, o sea, o estamos a favor de, ¿me explico? O con Piaggi o sin Piaggi. Es como, no necesita la opinión del Papa, es como decirle a Piaggi, no necesitamos la opinión del Papa, aunque técnicamente Francia no necesita la opinión del Papa. Inmunidad lógica y vulnerabilidad inquisición, o sea, ninguna de las dos que tengo ahí. Pensar en los mapamundi de Mortimer, a ver qué me dice esto, lo voy a poner a ver qué me dicen.
On the maps of Italy I saw in Mortimer's secret study, he had anticipated movements of troops across Italy. I wouldn't be surprised if he's planning an invasion of Italy by France, and if I push the notion a bit further, I can well imagine that Bonaparte's cannons, financed by the Order, will be used for that purpose. The noose is tightening around poor Piaggi's neck without him even realizing it. I don't know if I'm the best person to speak about that, Your Eminence.
What? ¿Qué es esto? Little Perdu. No sé qué es, pero lo voy a usar. Voy a tomar una jalea real.
Well, I think that the French army will enter Italy, and that the Vatican will do whatever France demands of it, if the Vatican wants to retain its place.
You are joking, I hope. Lord Mortimer, I did not come here to listen to such nonsense.
What makes you think that, Monsieur de Richet?
Well, Monsieur Bonaparte, here present, has ordered a large number of cannons, and I wouldn't be surprised if they were to be used to keep Italy under control.
Come, sir. What a strange idea. I have enough on my plate with issues in Corsica.
If you say so.
You see,
no debería haber dicho nada.
Corsica is not where the cannons are to be delivered, is it?
Aye, but... Louis, you are quick-witted. I like you.
You seem to be overlooking something, Messieurs les Français. I also have backers who would be only too pleased to demonstrate the full extent of their fervor by defending the Vatican. Mi auguro che insegnerete l'educazione a questo giovanotto presuntuoso, Sir Gregory.
¿En qué le habló? Opa. Se quiere la habilidad lingüística.
I hope that you will teach this pretentious young man some manners, Sir Gregory.
Ah, bueno.
It looks like I won't be just making friends here.
In any case, my lord, I doubt the English crown will agree.
Hola, Simon.
Then Emily, ni preußen wird diese Vereinbarung akzeptieren.
Pero hablan todo de... ¿Me da? ¿Oportunidad lingüística? A full.
I assure you, Emily, the Prussian will never accept this agreement. Volner looks like he's set on...
Claro, en contra de...
Duchess, I am persuaded that we shall find a common ground.
That's enough, William.
Qué
These are
quilombo,
great
amigo.
times. We don't care about the fate of Louisiana. That worthless expanse of putrid swamps interests no one but yourself.
Speak for yourself, my friend.
Hold on there, Mr. Royal Gigolo.
No, el gigolo real.
And let Sir Gregory finish.
Opa. Psicología.
Holm, Godoy, and now Volner? Mortimer's adversaries are ready to tear each other to pieces, and he takes a malicious...
Lo está haciendo a propósito.
How dare you!
Gentlemen, let us try to remain calm.
There you are, William. See where your projects have taken us, as per usual. Chaos! That's enough. I'm tired. We shall continue this discussion tomorrow, but please be aware that your project will never be ratified. Those who are opposed to this project, follow me.
No. Ahora voy a tener que decidir. Voy a tener que
Are you
decidir.
coming with us, Monsieur de Richet?
Hijo de puta.
Yeah, I think Louis would rather stay. Wouldn't you, Louis?
Voy a tener que decidir. ¿Es quedarme a ayudar con Mortimer o irme con Holm? Yo no le creo. A ver. Voy a poner en pausa un segundito. ¿No puedo? Bueno, igual no va a pasar nada. Yo creo que Mortimer es un chanta. O sea, que está haciendo todo para beneficios propios. No creo que crean la paz mundial y todas esas cosas. Pero también si me puedo quedar con Mortimer, me puedo hacer... O sea, me puedo hacer pasar porque estoy del lado de Mortimer cuando en realidad no lo estamos. Pero también, si yo me pongo del lado de Holm, me acerco más a todos estos que se pusieron en contra mío. ¿Se entiende? Que este se enojó, el otro se enojó, el otro se enojó. O sea, de los dos lados saco beneficios. En uno me acerco a Mortimer, en el otro me acerco al resto. De un lado tengo uno solo, o Washington, pero más poderoso. Y acá tengo más gente, pero menos poderosa. Yo creo que me acercaría al resto. Que me acercaría a Holm y al resto. Mortimer es un hijo de puta, eso está claro. Vamos con Holland.
At the risk of displeasing you, my lord,
Con dos
I'd
pelotas.
rather follow Sir Gregory. I don't think this is a place for the order.
Louis? No.
Si te
Let
está...
him go,
Washington.
President. Everyone is free to choose. How can he be so blind? If he keeps this up, he'll lead our countries to their destruction.
Don't worry, we shall counter him, Sir Gregory.
We have to act immediately.
Calm down, Gregory. We only have to vote against his project, and that's it.
They haven't got a chance. Just one vote will suffice.
Claro.
True. There is no chance of a unanimous vote. And he knows it. He must be
Otra cosa.
something else.
Y lo que nosotros
What is
sabemos.
he plotting?
¿Se lo decimos? Ya fue. A la carga. Se pudrió todo, muchachos.
I know about his plan.
Se pudrió
What did
todo.
you just say, Louis?
His aim is for the United States to take the whole of the North American continent.
Se pudrió todo,
That is
muchachos.
impossible.
A democratic superpower.
Sata.
I don't understand. That has nothing to do with the coming vote.
Se
He will
pudrió
ask for
todo.
France to take over Louisiana, and then hand it over to the United States, and so double the size of their territory.
Once that's done, he will just need to push a bit more, and you will lose North America, Duke Manuel.
God's blood! Has he gone mad?
No, Johann. He has always been mad. Louis, I would like to thank you for what you've just revealed. If not for you, I don't know if we'd have been capable of deciphering his plans quickly enough to be able to counter him.
Ojo que este puede
What are
estar
we
del
going
lado
to
de
do
Mortimer
now that we
también,
know
¿eh?
about it?
Destroy him.
Bull.
No! We'll beat him at his own game, my friends. His plan begins with Louisiana, which is still yours, Duke Manuel.
Claro.
He will begin with you. Expect to receive an envoy, French most probably. He will try to convince you by every possible means.
Claro.
Whatever he says, whatever he promises, you have just one response. It's war. If war is what you want, war is what you'll get. And on your own territory, in your home.
Se pica.
Enough games. Spain will join the coalition
No.
against France.
No, el
and
quilombo que
declare
acabamos de
war.
armar.
You too, Duchess Hillsborough. You will speak to the Queen so that Great Britain commits to going to war with France.
What do you expect from the Papal States, Sir Gregory?
What do you think? That they hold a mass? They will go to war, of course. What is it that you didn't understand in what I just told you? We all declare war on France. Militarily, politically, and financially.
And me, Sir Gregory? How can I help?
Louis, you have won my trust. The Order will have to act in France, but even before that, I'm going to need you. Right here and right now. Leave me now. I have to prepare for tomorrow. Let's meet early tomorrow morning for the next phase of the conference,
Ay,
which
ay, ay.
promises to be most exciting. Louis, I'd like to see you a moment, please.
Qué peludo se está poniendo esto.
Today. I won't forget it. I'm going to need you. Help me counter Mortimer on his own ground. Right here. I'm sure he'll try and win some of you over.
Claro.
He needs our votes.
Y si hacemos...
You leave that to me. In the meantime, I
Claro.
must ask you
Nosotros
to go and
come-
see President Washington and persuade him to trust me and join us.
Todo política. Vamos a preguntarle
Do
esto.
you really think that I'll be able to convince him?
I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but I have total faith in you. He likes you.
Eso es cierto.
Thus, he won't see you coming. You must be careful, though. If he senses that you are trying to manipulate him, he'll dig in his heels. Louis, use every means at your disposal. If Washington drops Mortimer, his defeat will be complete. You should go right away. There's no time to lose. William already has a head start on us.
Very well. I'll go right away.
Y bien amigos, hasta acá llegamos con este episodio de The Council. La verdad que fue difícil esta conferencia. Después de que se conoció este plan de Mortimer, hubo muchísimas discusiones respecto al tema de Luisiana y demás, donde yo tengo mis dudas que no sea todo un plan de Mortimer, porque sabe que necesita la unanimidad en la votación y era lógico que Manuel Godoy se ponga en contra de él, teniendo en cuenta que España no tenía ningún beneficio sobre esta decisión de Mortimer. Entonces tengo mis dudas respecto a que no haya sido todo un plan de Mortimer. En cuanto a Mortimer, sea simplemente alguien que quiere lo mejor para el mundo, y en realidad creo que en algún punto debe estar buscando ese beneficio propio. También tengo mis dudas respecto a todo esto que está pasando con Holm, que ahora nos salíamos con él, pero tranquilamente él podría seguir trabajando para Mortimer, y como les digo, que sea todo un plan ideado de ellos, buscando algún beneficio propio. Así que me gustaría saber qué opinan ustedes, así que déjenlo en los comentarios, su opinión sobre Mortimer, o qué creen sobre toda esta situación. Cualquier otra cosa que tengan para decir, también pueden dejarlo por allí. Si les gustó el video, les agradecería muchísimo su like, y por supuesto no olviden suscribirse y activar la campanita para que se llegue la notificación cuando suba un próximo video. Espero que lo hayan disfrutado, amigos. Muy rico todo. Sin más me despido. Cariños, Carlos.